everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Marcella, or better known as CellaBella, whichever one you prefer to use. And today I come to you with long distance relationship advice. I have 16 different little tips for you guys. And I'm in a long distance relationship myself. It gets very hard. So I just wanted to make a little video that helps me get through my long distance relationship so that anyone else that's in a long distance relationship can kind of use these tips. Or if you thinking about going into a long distance relationship, then remember to do these tips. Okay, so let's get right into it. The 16 tips are on my phone, so I'm just going to be reciting what I jot down and some tips that help me in my relationship, and hopefully it will help you guys in y'all relationship. So the first tip is communication. And when I say communication, I mean, how long are y'all going to talk? How are y'all going to talk? Since you can't see each other, then of course you have your phone, your FaceTime, your Skype, but you also need to make sure that your partner is okay with all of this. Do they have Skype? Do they have an iPhone that they can FaceTime? So you have to take steps into a way that y'all are going to communicate. And then how long are y'all going to communicate? Now, I wouldn't say communicate so much. Like, you don't want to spend 12 hours of your day talking to him or her or whatever like that. So you don't want to communicate too much. Avoid overly communicating. So when y'all do see each other, it's better, because if you're spending all your time on the phone, it really drains you. Like, you run out of stuff to talk about, or the conversation gets boring. One of them ends up falling asleep or something like that. So you want to keep the communication like at a normal balance when you're communicating over the phone. Step 2 is seeing this as a learning journey. Now, whether you started as a long distance relationship like me, like we met out of town, so when we went back, we knew it was going to be a long distance relationship, or if you're y'all were together and then one is moving away, long distance relationship, just see it as a learning journey. It's a test for your love to see how much love do y'all have each other. Don't make it a negative thing. See it as a positive thing. See it as like, oh, well, this is just another lesson in my life that I have to learn. So we're going to see how this plays out. Don't look at it, everything being negative, or, oh, he's going to miss me, and, oh, he's so far away from me, and da-da-da-da, stuff like that. Just see it as a learning process. Okay, third tip is to set a goal. When are y'all going to settle down and really get together? I know when I graduate, me and my boyfriend, we are moving. He's moving from his home, I'm moving from my home, so it will be both new to us. Okay, fourth, is this fourth? 1, 2, 3. Fourth tip is to avoid dangerous situations. And when I mean by dangerous situations, I mean avoid outsiders trying to get into your relationship. So many dudes, when I tell them my boyfriend stays out of town, oh, so many dudes are like, oh, he's cheating. Oh, you'll never be able to trust him. Oh, like, don't let that get in your head. You know your partner. The dude just want to holler at you. The dude just want to talk to you. So, of course, he's going to tell you anything. Don't let them people get in your head. They are outsiders for a reason. Dangerous situations is if you know that you're going out and you're going to be drinking and you're going to be with friends, let your partner know. Don't keep them in the dark. That's a dangerous situation, because if you go out or you're keeping stuff from them, they're going to think you're hiding something. They're going to get suspicious. They're going to get worried. It's going to cause a lot of conflict. So be upfront with your partner. Let them know everything. Hey, I'm doing this. And it might sound like, oh, well, I don't have to tell anybody my every move. It's not that. It's just you're keeping them in the knowing, because they are far away from you. So it's not like y'all are both at home together and you're getting ready and he knows where you're going. He knows all your friends. No. You have to keep them in the loop of what's going on. So the fifth tip is to keep things light. You don't want to get too heavy in this relationship. And what I mean by keep things light, I'm saying don't overly express how much you miss each other. Don't always always say, oh, I miss you, because then that's just gonna like bring you down, because you realize how much you miss them. Send happy texts, send random stuff, talk about random things. Just try to be in a up spirit mood. Okay, hold on. That was number 5. So number 6 is to keep it honest. Tell your partner how you feel. If you're feeling neglected, if you're feeling left out, if you're feeling like your last priority, let them know. They can't see how you're feeling, so you have to express how you're feeling. And don't be afraid. Let them know. In any other relationship, you have to let your partner know what's going on. So in a long distance relationship, you have to do the same. Just because they're far away, you still have to let them know what's going on, so that y'all can work on it and get better with it. Okay. Next tip is to do not argue over text messages. That is just the worst. Me and my boyfriend are guilty of it. We argue over text messages, and then we end up calling each other and talking it out. Do not argue over text messages. That is the worst way to kill a long distance relationship. You don't know the tone or the actions of the other person. Like, you can't read their body language if you're texting. So I would say either call, get on the phone, or FaceTime or Skype, and y'all have the argument then, or the discussion then, or the hash out then. Do not do it over texting. That is just the worst way possible. If you're in a place and you can't get on the phone, or you can't FaceTime at that moment, wait. The argument, the problem's still going to be there, so just wait to do it. Do not do it over texting. Okay. Next tip is to know what each other wants. Set goals. If one person is wanting marriage and kids, and the other one is like not trying to settle down and don't want any kids, y'all don't need to be in a relationship. Y'all do not need to be in a relationship. That's just it. So you need to let your partner know up front what you want, what your goals are. See if their goals match your goals. Then y'all can work on something. But trying to change a person or to do all this, no, that's not going to happen. Steve Harvey said it the best. Only one woman can really change a true man, and she's not changing him. He's changing for her. He will change for her. I'm totally getting off subject, but he will change for her. People cannot change someone. They have to change themselves. If you are that right one for them, they will change. If they're not changing, get out of that relationship, because either whether y'all are long distance or not, it's not going to work. Okay. Next tip is to know each other's schedules. This is important if you are in different time zones. Me and my boyfriend are in the same time zone, so the time is the same. But if you are in different time zones, you need to know what time it is there, and they need to know what time it is where you stay. And then it's also important to know their schedule. If they're in school, know their class times. If they're at work, know what time they go to work. That way you won't be trying to call at the wrong time, or texting them when they're in a business meeting or anything like that. So y'all will know. That goes back to knowing when to communicate. Okay. The next thing is to take trips. Take trips. Me and my boyfriend have been to New Orleans, Atlanta. Of course, I've been where he stays in Tennessee, and he's been where I stayed in Alabama. But just take trips. Like, of course, you're going to go to where he stays, but go other places together, like a normal relationship would do. The next thing is to surprise one another. Like, past New Year's, my boyfriend surprised me. I had no idea he was coming. Well, I kind of figured he was coming, but really, you never truly know. But he came and surprised me. That always is happy, because any little time we get together is the best. The next thing is make them feel at home. When they come, of course you want to spend 24/7 with them because you don't get to see them. But let them know who you hang with. Go to your friend's house. Let them know what you do and how you do it when they're not around. That way, when you tell them, oh, I'm going to such and such house, they know who it is. They know what you're going to be doing, stuff like that. So whenever y'all visit each other, get to know their friends, and he or she gets to know your friends, and you guys are kind of like a real relationship. Well, it is a real relationship, but like a normal relationship. Okay, next thing is to have fun with yourself. So when you and your friends or whoever have date nights, of course you can't tag along. You don't want to feel like the third wheel or the fifth wheel or anything like that. So learn how to have fun with yourself. Pick up a hobby, cook, do something. One of the reasons I started making YouTube videos because I needed something to do when my boyfriend is not around. So of course I'm in school and stuff, but I just needed another activity to do. So do something. Don't just sit there, because you're always gonna be like, oh well, he's not talking to me, or oh, I haven't talked to them in 6 hours. What is going on? You're always gonna be thinking about what they're doing. But if you have something to do to keep your mind off of things, then you'll be good. Okay, the next thing is to send things through mail. I love getting things through mail, and I'm pretty sure your partner will love getting things through mail. Like, just keep it fun. Also, be creative. You have to know what makes your relationship fun, what keeps you in this relationship, what keeps you wanting to be in this long distance relationship. So be creative. Y'all can play games over the phone, or I don't know what else, but I'm happy in my relationship. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. Just be creative in the relationship. Do things that will make both of y'all happy. Include each other in everything, and you should be fine. And the last tip of long distance relationship is to stay positive. Throughout this whole thing, you have to be positive. You can't be negative about anything. You can't be judgmental about anything. You can't be second guessing yourself about anything. You have to stay positive in this long distance relationship. This is really a test to see if you really love each other. But sometimes you can't take people into the next phase in your life. So I believe everything's happened for a reason. So if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't. So don't be down about it or anything. As long as you tried your hardest and you stay positive, then everything should be okay. 16 tips that I have for you guys. This is just some things that me and my boyfriend do to keep our relationship going. We've been together for 2 years, going on 3. So it's not easy at all. Like, these tips are not easy to do because we fail at them sometimes. But to keep a happy, healthy relationship, then these are some of the things you need to do. So it gets very hard, but in the long haul, it will be worth everything we have been through. So see you guys later. Forever that the person that they love can never, what am I trying to say? And another thing about dangerous situationships. It's a shape. Long distance. What am I trying to say? Some of the tips.